how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Michelle, and you're watching Mighty Dubia Feeders, where we breed. We breed these. These are Dubia Roaches, and these are extremely healthy for all amphibians, reptiles, insectivores, chickens. Okay, today I just want to quickly show you, some of you guys might have bought some colonies from us, or you're looking to get a colony because you're like, oh my gosh, you don't mind working with these big bugs. You're like, I think I can do it. I can make myself do it because, you know, it's not for everybody. Some people don't want to deal with it and they're just going to buy smalls and mediums, which is fine, or larges, but it can be cost effective to go ahead and purchase a colony from us and make your own babies. For example, this is one of our breeder bins over there. It's got about 1,000 females in it. And we just last weekend did our sorting. And so I will show you real quickly. This was our harvest. It's about 4,500 small dubia. Now that's on 1,000 or more females, never mind all the males that are in there. But you know, our colonies come with 12 females and 3 males and 100 dubia altogether, and the rest of that is mixed nymphs, so different sized nymphs, which you see here. Some of these are large and extra large nymphs. But today what I really want to go over with you guys, for those of us, I know sometimes you guys buy colonies from us and you have a lot of questions, or you're like, what does this mean? I see my roach looks like this or that. What does that mean? So today I want to talk about, and I have some pulled over here, I want to talk about molting. So I just want to do a buyer beware kind of thing here. If you buy a colony from us, or even if you don't, you have your own colony, you might see a roach that looks like this. And you might be like, oh my gosh, this roach, it died. Because you can see that it's not really moving. And if I just put it down here, it looks like it just didn't survive for whatever reason. But I want to caution you, because if you check it and just be patient and maybe rub, look, see, it is moving. And so it can be very still. What's happening right here, you guys, is that this large dubia is molting. Okay, it's molting. It's moving around. This is a state for it that is extremely vulnerable. A lot of times you'll find them at the bottom of your bin, or they try to crawl into the egg crate and, you know, kind of like bury themselves in one of the little areas where they're kind of isolated, but sometimes they just, you know, they just end up falling out of there and being on the floor. And so they really want to be not around a bunch of dubia if they can try to be kind of isolated, but it may not work out like that for it. But so you'll see them, okay, and you can see it's moving around. It's just moving around very slowly. I want to say now, sexing roaches at this size, and this one is a large, can be a little difficult. It's not 100%, but if I had to put some money on it, just by the segment at the bottom, and I can't kind of point it out with my other finger because I'm holding this phone, but do you see how it's kind of rounded and robust, and the butt area is not very pointy? Well, males tend to be more pointy, but do you see how she's trying to wiggle around and get out of that exoskeleton? But that, I would say that last bottom segment that's kind of round and robust looking, those are usually females. I'm pretty confident she is. And she doesn't have super long, sometimes the nymphs will have like too long wing looking things, segments. She doesn't really have those. So I want to say that this is a female. But like I said, it's hard to tell exactly at this age, but she's really trying hard to move out of there. So the next stage, so this is a molting, guys. It's molting, right? So if you see them, don't just automatically throw them away. You know, you should be checking your bins often, getting rid of any obvious carcasses, especially if you don't want gnats and stuff like that, especially around the spring and summertime where they're really bad. So over here, this is the next stage. So this is what that one will look like. Sometimes people say, oh, I have an albino roach. No, what you have is a freshly molted roach. So that is what this one is, and it has not darkened up yet. I can tell this one is a female that's emerging. The reason I can tell that is you can see, let me see if I can hold her without hurting her. When they are molting or they are freshly molted, they are a little bit more like delicate and vulnerable. A lot of times pet owners that have a colony love to give these to their animals because they're very soft shelled. You know, they haven't hardened their exoskeleton. And a lot of reptiles and amphibians love them when they're like soft like this. But how can you feed when they look so cute like that? I mean, you just see this roach and you're like, I don't know. Does it remind you of a Mario Kart or like little cartoon thing? I don't know, or is oh I forget. But comment if you know what I'm talking about. Like the Mario Brothers little mushroom looking things. But they're just so cute to me. It's like, how can you feed it to your reptile? But yeah, reptiles love them when they're soft like this. But so you can see her head segment and her antenna. And then do you see they're kind of translucent, but the two wings on behind her head. Oh, she's gonna go on my arm. Girl! Okay. Let's see if she'll stop. So the two, girl, would you stop? I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt you. Okay, so the two wings right there. You see them? So that's how we know for sure that's a dead giveaway that that's a female. Okay, so, and then also I'll show you the bottom if she lets me. Give me a second. All right, so see if my phone will let you see. Do you see the segment? It's similar to the other one, right? How it's robust and round. This is not really pointy. Let's see if I move it this way, if it'll be better adjusting. Sorry about my focus on my phone. But do you see how it doesn't have like a little pointy thing? And I'll show you a male so you can see the difference. But that's how I know, like this one that's molting right now and this one have similar anatomy on the bottom like that. So that's why I think that one might be a girl. Okay, so here, oh, the next phase here is the female will darken up like this one. So do you see the wings are still a little translucent, but they're darkening up a little bit. Her abdomen and her back and her head are darker. And I'm going to grab her. Where'd she go? Okay. I'm going to grab her. And this is the bottom. Oh, you can see pretty good here how robust and a big segment, right? It's a big segment. There's not like a pointy little thing, okay? Which I'll show you in a second. And then her wings. Okay, you see her wings? She'll be still. She doesn't want to be still. There you go. And so she's still darkening up. So she used to be that white color and then she's darkening up. And then soon she'll get dark enough and she's still a little vulnerable, but not as vulnerable, right, as the white one. And then depending on her genes, she might be this color, which is a caramel color, or she might be very dark like this female. And this one is still darkening up on her wings. These are all freshly molted. They're just at different stages of when they actually molted. So you see that? And so that's when they're all the way hardened up. Now this one, I'm assuming just by that body shape, do you see how the females are like kind of big and robust looking and round? Do you notice the difference with that one? So that one would tell me that is a high possibility. It's a nymph. So it's not going to be 100%. But girl, get off it. I think it's a boy. Let's see. First of all, do you see, and I'm going to hold him up, but do you see those two segments on his back behind his head? Females don't have that. And it looks like he's got two little micro wings on those segments, okay? And his body is very long. So I'm going to grab him. Just bear with me. Let's see if my camera can focus. Well, hello. He's so cute. Yes, you are. You're very cute. All right, let's look at his segment. See if I can show you guys. So his body type is just very different. And see if he's very light. He's a very light caramel color. But there we go. He has a little pointy segment at the bottom. So that is telling me it's probably going to be a male. And that's what I'm going to assume for him. But it's not 100%. Now let's see what I think this one might be. This is all a guessing game until they're like much big. But this one's big. Now look, I can tell right away that that's going to be a female. You see that? See how big and robust that is on the bottom? It doesn't have anything pointy, right? Okay. And she's a nymph. She's an extra large nymph. So she's gonna do another molt or so, and then she should be emerging as hopefully a female. I think it's gonna be a female. But it's all a guessing game pretty much. I'm just getting better at looking at the clues. Like I see this one has 2 of those wings on its back. Let me see if it has what it has underneath. So this one's a little harder for me to tell. I want to say it looks like a female, but it's harder for me to tell. I want to say just from that segment, it looks like a female, but that's why it's a little confusing sometimes because it'll have those little, what looks like little buds forming. But on the males, like I definitely think that one's probably going to be a male because it's like very protruding. Those wing buds look like definitely. And you can tell like, well, they're all different sizes, but all right. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys what to expect. And if you see these freshly molted one or these just chilling out, like just know that this one, he's just trying to molt, you know? And sometimes it'll be even nice because sometimes some of the nymphs and stuff will kind of start, they kind of pick on these when they're molting and they kind of like bite them, and it's kind of sad. They'll just eat them. If you're not feeding your roaches enough, they will try to eat bite and stuff like that on the ones that are vulnerable. So even if you see some of these, make sure you're feeding your colony very well because they might become a dish. And if you want to just be so sweet to the ones that are molting that are obvious, then you can just like set it aside in a little cup and let it do its thing. So just to make sure it'll be fine. Okay, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Just a little bit more information. I also want to let you know that we do sell, we have quite a bit of superworms available right now. So if your animal likes these big, delicious, juicy, ready to go, visit us over at mightydubiafeeders.com. Okay, and purchase, support small business. We love you guys so much. We're so grateful for all of our helpers that support our business and get feeders from us and get colonies from us and food from us and all that good stuff. We appreciate you guys' business. Thank you so much. mightydubiafeeders.com. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for today.